speaker here that I bought for work so I can listen to some music while I work. My little MP3 player. So this speaker came with the speaker, of course, and then this little 18-inch cable. I think that's how long it is. And I got this cable taped here because the cable lasted probably 2 days. I've had this in my pocket, and the wire inside here must have broke already within 2 days or something like that. So I found a spot to where it was working, and then I taped the wire in the back, and now it stays working. So it's one cheap thing about the cable there. And then this is a AYL speaker. It's a pretty nice looking speaker. It collapses down, and you can open it up to give it more bass depth, or whatever you want to call it. It's got the USB charge, the output to where you can connect another speaker to this one, another one to that one, series, and the volume knob, the on-off. They put a sticker here reversing the on-off because the on-off that is made into the material here is reversed, so they screwed that up, so they had to put a sticker over it and reverse them. And then you can see the problem. This wire right here was down inside the hole there, and after a week or two, that's what happened. And I have this speaker attached to like a harness that I wear, and that's what happened. They should have actually tried to tie a knot in the line inside here so it wouldn't pull out this hole like this, so the knot would have held it inside. Because when this is wrapped up, it usually holds it in there like this, goes around here like this, and then all this extra is actually inside here. Well, that's enough to tie a knot in it, so this doesn't happen. So now what I got to do is I got to take this apart and see if I can get this fed back through there, and maybe I can see if there's room in here to tie a knot in there so this won't happen again. I'm definitely going to have to desolder the wires in there, tie the knot, and then solder them back up again. But yeah, the blue light just means that it's on. It turns red when the battery inside here gets low or needs to be charged. It's pretty good sounding. Probably won't be able to tell that on the camera, but I'll play it for you a little bit. That's when it's shrunk down, and then I'll open it up and you can hear the difference. Now I'll open it up. You can hear the difference. Now watch when I push it down. You can definitely hear the difference in it. So it's still new though, so this springiness here is still pretty tight. I usually keep it in like this, but it does sound better when it's out like that. You can tell the difference. I got this for, believe it or not, what do you call this? I got this for like 12 bucks something, because I caught it when it was on sale, or having a flash sale, or whatever you want to call it, a time limited sale. And then, what was it, like 3 or 4 hours after I bought it, it went back up to like 17 something. Anyway, this video is going to be about fixing this here. Opening this up and seeing what we got to do to fix this. Hate to open up something this new, but hey, you got to do what you got to do, right? So let me kill the power. Blue light goes away. And the only place that I have noticed screws is in the inside. You can see, let's see. See that shiny screw right there? There's 4 of those in there. So we'll take those off and see where that gets us. I thought I had a screwdriver laying here already for that. Ah, sorry about that. I did. So it's just a little Phillips. If you have this at medium volume, it's supposed to last up to like 10 hours. But in a noisy environment, you can't, it's hard to have it that low. So it only, in my environment that I work, it's pretty loud, so it only lasts a few hours. But I continually have to turn it up and down when I talk to people and stuff like that. But I usually charge it on my brakes and stuff like that too, so it comes with a charger. Well, it comes with a cable to charge it. You gotta have your own little USB thing, I believe. I don't think it came with one. Alright, there's 4 screws. Let's see where that gets us now. See, this is coming apart. Oops, see, the bottom's coming off. Oh, there we go. Boy, look how tiny them wires are. And this is a 3-watt system. So it's pretty loud when you're in a quiet environment. And this only goes on one way because you got to have your on-off that comes out of there. And there's a little pin that lines up here. That little pin is what I use to feed a wire through and hook it on to my harness. But let's see. And that's just the speaker wire. 2 wires that goes up to the speaker. Don't know. Don't know how that comes out yet. Oops. Let's see if it almost looks like this bottom comes out, but oh, there is a little clip right there. It's like a little knob right there that holds this in there. I'm I'm assuming if we get this out, then we can see the speaker. Yeah, there's one right there, one right there, one right there, one right there. Yeah, you can. Watch it fling right up into my face. Or break, one of the two. I don't want to break it because I want to use this some more. That's it. It's got little stops. A couple little stops in there right here and one over here. So when you turn this here to lock it in the down position or want to open it up, you turn it, or you push it together and then you turn it and it locks, or you turn it and it opens up. That's all that is. And then we can see the magnet down there of the speaker. It's a little 4 ohm 3 watt speaker. It's a nice looking speaker in there. You can see it's got the red in there. It's got the nice rubber cushion on the outside, but we're not here to look at that. Let's get that back in there, because there's nothing wrong with that part of it. Let's see if we can get it all snapped back in there. Without ruining anything. There's 3. And that should be 4. Alright. If you do that wrong, then your screw holes won't line up. Alright. Let's see. See if we can get this out. If this just pulls out of here. It probably doesn't. It's probably going to have a screw or something maybe under these. I know there's nothing under here because I already looked. I peeled that off already because I was being nosy. It feels stuck. It's probably taped to the battery. So that's not a good thing. There's the wires where we need to go. And there is room to put a knot in there as long as we can get this board out. I tell you what, I'm going to pause here for a second and I'm going to look this over real quick and see if there's an easy way to get this out, or if oh wait a minute, let me see. Ah, there's a screw right here. I didn't even notice that. Let's take that out and see what we got. Maybe that'll take the whole thing out or something. Is there another one? I don't see another one. Ah, there we go. Look at that. One screw. There's our rechargeable battery. That's a 3.7 volts, 45, what is it? Looks like 45. Nope, It's got to be, it looks like a T or a plus, but 500 milliamp hours, 1.85 watt hours, WH. I would think it would have to be 1500. I remember I was looking at other batteries and I was trying to remember what ones would last 10 hours. I think like 1,000 milliamp hours last like 10 hours. So if this is this, I would think this would have to be 1500. But I don't know why it looks like a plus. I could take a picture of this and put this on there so you could see it. And we can see where our wires get soldered on there. So we'll desolder those and tie them in a knot and then put it all back in there, and I think that will work a lot better. Yeah, see now, just playing with the wires, it pulled the wire in there like it was supposed to. That's the way it was when it was brand new. So I don't know why they got so much hanging in here. Or I could just put a tie wrap around there too, a small tie wrap, but I don't know if I have a real super tiny one. Let me pause here for a second and I'll see if I have a small one. If I don't, then we will take that off and desolder it and tie a knot in it. So the smallest tie wrap I have is this, and that's too big. Yeah, because once you fold that around in there, there's no way that that's going to hold that little tiny wire. So I desoldered these three. It's labeled right on the board, G, R, and L. So the gold is, let me zoom that down. You can see just a little bit more. You got the gold, and then you got red and you got green. The red is the right, green is the left. So, and you can see on the board, kind of see on the board, that's where they're labeled. So that's easy. So now let's just see if we can tie a knot in this and keep it towards the end without destroying everything, and being able to get it back closed again. I think we should be able to. It looks like there was some room in there. I got the knot in there. Now we just gotta get it towards the end and shrink it up a little bit. This way it won't be tugging on the wires off the circuit board, so there's no chance of them breaking from the circuit board. And there's no way the knot's going to come through the hole. So yeah, that should work. That's what the factory should have done, is they should have put a little knot in there, so now it's not going to come out. So, and that's below the battery surface, so we know that it's going to be under the board surface as well. So now all we got to do is just solder these back on there. I'm just going to stick that out a little bit first, and then just solder these back on. There's the left from moving here. Ouch. Warning, soldering iron is hot. Just in case you didn't know that. There's the right. And if I can grab hold of this ground, if I can get it between my fingers, there we go. And there's the ground. Alright, they're soldered on. Let me take a quick peek through the microscope here, or my little microscope, my little magnifying glass, just to make sure. Yeah, they look like they'll work. Alright, so now we can pull this back through. Alright, that is going to be much better. And then we can figure out how this goes back in here. Let's put them together a little bit. That goes like that. And they're easy to go back in there because you have to make sure they go through the holes. And just want to make sure I can get that ground wire in there so I don't catch it on in between the two. That looks good. So far I haven't broke off the speaker wires from flipping it all around and everything, so that's good too. Now we got this little screw to put in. Phillips. And it would be smart to test this before we put it together. So let's do that. Just to make sure it works. Have it in the off. Put that together. We'll hit play. Let's turn this on. It still works. That's a good thing. A nice blue light in there. So that's good. Turn that back off. Now let's put this back in here. And our switch sticks out of, where was the spot it stuck out of? Alright. We got this little hole that goes in that little hole, or that little pin that goes in that little hole. Good, good, good. That's in there. Why doesn't that seem like it wants to? For some reason, I don't like the way that's not going together right there for some reason. Well, maybe it's because of the wire just getting in the way. Maybe it's because there's a lip right inside here. You can see there's a lip right there. This wire might be sitting on that lip. Let me try to get that in the center more. I know I'm zoomed in here pretty far. Yeah, that's what the problem was. So now it closes better. And it's closed all the way around. So let me zoom that back out a little bit so we ain't so close. And then we'll start putting these screws back in. And they all should line right up. Of course, best thing is to go backwards first until you hear a pop down, like that. Heard that little pop, right? And then screw it in, but don't tighten it all the way yet. Let's get them all started first. Because if you hear that pop when you go backwards, that means that you're lined up with the threads really good and you won't be making new ones. So that's why you usually like to try to go backwards first, on, especially for plastic things. Because you'll wear out the hole and then you won't have any threads. That's the screw. See that little pop? Alright, tighten that down. Tighten that one down. That one more. We're all tight. Now we should be able to go like this. And it's locked down. Ta-da! And then this thing here should go right around like this. We still have a little extra, it looks like, so if we go like this, go backwards, then we can actually, should be able to push that in if we can move that knot out of the way, but I'm not too concerned about that because I never put it back in here anyway. But yeah, we should be able to, if you wanted to, you could have made it so that knot was out of the way or something. But like I said, I'm not too concerned about it because once I take it out of there, it's never going back in there anyway, but that's what it would be like. But, alright. That's all I needed to do right there. That makes me happy. Now I can go like this and I know I'm not gonna pull the wires out of the circuit board now because that knot is gonna be holding it in there. So I have nothing to worry about now. Give this thing a tune up one more time. Did I already have it on? Oh. Play. Oh, yeah. I love that red. That red looks really nice in there. That's nice in there. They did a nice design on this. This is a really nice piece here. Alright. That's all there is to it. We fixed it. Woo! Sounds good to me. Alright, we shall catch you all in the next one.